welcome back to my channel. It's Megan, and today we are doing the mid-year freakout tag. This is always one of my favorite videos to film every year because we get to stop, take a break, and look and reflect on the beginning of the year and see where we're at for these 6 months. Without further ado, let's jump into these questions, shall we? Question number 1 is best book of 2023, and I think that a lot of people have this as their favorite book. I think that it has taken the world by storm, and best book is easily Fourth Wing for me. This is a Dragon Rider Academy novel. It features so many of my favorite tropes: academies, trials, enemies to lovers, dragons. I just really loved this. Not only are the characters so fun, but the dragons themselves are so funny. They have the best sass, they have the best banter, they have the best everything. I so thoroughly loved Fourth Wing. It is easily best book of the year. Best sequel was actually hard for me. I feel like a lot of the books I've read this year have been just kind of meh, so nothing super stood out except for there's a few, but just overall I haven't read a ton of sequels, and again everything has just kind of been lackluster. But I did really enjoy The Viscount Who Loved Me by Julia Quinn. This is book 2 of the Bridgerton series. It's not necessarily my favorite of the series because I haven't read the whole series yet, so more to come. I've read the first 3 so far, and this is, I would say, my favorite out of Viscount and An Offer From. So this will be my favorite sequel of the year. Okay, a new release I need to read soon. I don't know how new of a release this is, but I am hoping to read it soon, and it was released this year, and that is The Stolen Throne by Abigail Owen. This is the sequel to The Liar's Crown. The Liar's Crown is following 2 princesses, one born to rule and one born to stand in when things get dangerous. And one day our stand-in gets kidnapped by the Shadow Wraith. Well, that one was really fun. It was one of my favorite books of last year, so I am very excited and hopeful to pick up the sequel sometime this year. Okay, most anticipated release for the second half of the year. Easily Iron Flame. It's the sequel to Fourth Wing. I think we knew this was coming. I think, again, this is going to be a lot of people's most anticipated. It comes out in November. I can't wait for November. I'm suddenly a November girly. But yeah, that is my most anticipated release of this year. Biggest disappointment this year, I would say Master of One for me. Based on the tagline, 6 Fey Relics, 1 Daring Thief, and the Score of a Lifetime, I really thought I was going to love this one, but like reading through it, I just was not interested. I ended up DNFing it before I even finished it. Nothing captured me about it, to be honest. Which is super interesting. I really thought I'd like it, and I was really disappointed to not like it. Biggest surprise of the year, however, was probably the Stalking Jack the Ripper series by Carrie Maniscalco. I would show it to you here, but I loaned it to my friend Leah to read. This is a historical, contemporary, like horror-y kind of feel, and none of those really stood out to me as something I would really like. So I was actually pleasantly surprised to really enjoy that series. It's got mystery elements, and like solving the mystery with the main characters was so fun, and having that like horror-y aspect was fun. I definitely enjoyed it way more than anticipated, so that was probably my biggest surprise of the year. Favorite new author this year would have to be Danielle A. Mara. This is the author of The Gilded Survivor. I really enjoyed this book in when I read it in, I think it was May or June, I don't remember for sure, but I really enjoyed it. And if you like the Hunger Games, this book is perfect for you, because it's basically if Katniss stayed in the capital, like if we got more of like the leading up to the Hunger Games portion, because the Hunger Games haven't happened yet. This is all training for the Hunger Games, which is super fun. And it's a girl who isn't like made to be in these like Hunger Game aspect of things. It was so fun. I highly recommend this one. It does get a little bit of Wattpad vibes, but that's not negative thing for me because I love Wattpad vibes, to be honest. You just need those nostalgic vibes every once in a while. But I highly recommend The Gilded Survivor. Crush, I've mentioned this before like hundreds of times, but I don't really get character crushes. I did decide with one of my friends that if I had to have a crush, it would probably be Finnick Odair from Catching Fire. But I just really don't get crushes. I don't really enjoy liking someone who likes another person, and I know that like in the books they are fully in love with their person or the other love interest, so I don't see the appeal in them. I don't know how to describe it. Not to say that you guys can't. That's great. I wish I cared more about crushes and stuff, but yeah, I'd probably say Finnick Odair if I had to guess someone. Favorite new character is definitely Violet Sorrengail from Fourth Wing. I love the character that is underestimated, and Violet is so underestimated. But what I really love about her is that she doesn't just, like in superhero movies where you see the like superhero just like get it right off the bat, or even try something, fail once, and then they get it right. She really goes through like the trials and tribulations and the trying to get things right aspect, which I really enjoyed like reading about, because things don't just come easy to her. She has to fight for them, and I love watching that and reading that. So she's definitely my favorite character of the year. Book that made you cry. I don't honestly think any book has made me cry. Maybe Fourth Wing. Yeah, there's a scene in Fourth Wing that I cried over. We'll say that. Book that made you happy. I had so much fun reading The Love Curse of Melanie McIntyre. It's following like a stage manager, and I was a stage manager in college, so just reading all of the references and like everything that goes into stage managing, it was just such a breath of like nostalgia. I don't want to say breath of fresh air, but like it was so fun and so comforting to read everything that I used to do, and it makes me miss it so much. So I started volunteering at my local community theater because of this book. So definitely made me happy. The most beautiful book you have hauled this year, for me, I'm gonna go with The Adventures of Amina al-Sarafi. I think that this is a gorgeous, gorgeous edition. I love the like pirate ship and octopi tentacles on this. And then I also really, really love, I've never seen this before, it's like a foiled in paper, which is really cool, and that's the map of it. And then we also have this gorgeous embossed hardcover. So overall, I would say that this is the prettiest book I have hauled this year so far. Book you want to read by the end of the year. I definitely want to pick up the Crave series by Tracy Wolff. It's actually on my TBR for this month, for July. At least the first book is. So hopefully I can get to it and read it. It has an academy aspect, which is why I really want to pick it up. And I've wanted to pick up more vampire novels because I just really haven't read that much paranormal fantasy at all. So I'm hoping that I will enjoy this one. And finally, last question is, what is your favorite movie adaptation? I don't think I've actually watched any book to movie adaptations this year, but there is one coming out in August. So this is, we're gonna say, and cheat it a little bit, my most anticipated movie adaptation, and that is Red, White, and Royal Blue. This comes out August 11th. I cannot wait. This was one of my favorite books of 2 years ago, I believe, and it's so fun. It's following the Prince of Wales and the first son of the United States, and it is so cute. I highly recommend it if you want like a fun little quick paced, hilarious, literally so funny romance novel. So there you go, and movie's coming soon. So that is my mid-year freakout tag. Let me know what you would have answered for these questions, and let me know what your favorite book so far this year is, and I'll check you in my next video. Bye friends.